Hello, welcome back to another edition of Life Lessons with Mr. Beilke. Let me show you what we got going on for today's episode. So we have a couple of lights here, and actually there are some in the front as well, and Sarah would like those all switched out and updated. This one, as you can see, the electrical sensor is busted. The light still turns on and off manually from the switch inside. This one, same deal, although it's pretty rusted out and in poor shape. So the first step, in order to be safe as we're doing this project, is to go downstairs and turn off the power. Let's go. All right, next we got to figure out which switch it is. And if you're not sure which switch it is, one thing you can do is you can turn the lights on upstairs, have your wife sit up there and watch while you go ahead and start flipping switches. That's if you don't have it properly labeled. Let's see if we can find the right one. This looks like outside receptacle to guest rooms. That's probably the one we're going to want to hit. But we'll go turn on the outside lights just to make sure. Alright, so after you finally figured out which one it is, here's a pro tip for you. You go back in, see this list right here? Once you found it, number 9, write in deck lights. That way the next time we have to do a project like this, we know exactly which breaker to hit. Now let's get back upstairs. Alright, here are the lights that Sarah picked out. Our exterior designer extraordinaire. Give our house a little bit of a farmhouse vibe. Is that what you were going for?
I went with the cheap ones.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I should say on sale ones.
On sale?
On sale.
Well, let's hope they last and we don't have to do this again in a couple months. So a pro tip for you. Sometimes cheaper is not always better. Sometimes it's better to spend a little bit more money to get better quality. That way you don't have to go back and do the job all over again in a couple months. But these seem to be decent quality, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, let's open this up, see what we got. Directions? Don't need those. What are you shaking your head for? Get out of here.
I am leaving.
Alright. I'll let you know when they're done.
Yeah.
So we're going to start by removing this from the wall. And these are attached to some bolts back on the back side that snug up there and cover them up, make it look nice. But they are rusted in there. So we're going to have to, they don't just simply twist off, they probably twist it on it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it. Using brute force. Now, we don't need that anymore. One thing you could do if they were stuck, a little pro tip for you, you can take your pliers and grab on with that and use those to help turn them. And that'll get it going, get it started, and then you can just walk it off with your fingers the rest of the way. Alright, done with that. Now I simply pull that out and you can see hanging by a couple of wires here we got pretty simple setup. Hot, neutral, and ground. And we're just gonna take these two screws out, disconnect our wires, put our new bracket in, reconnect our wires, and screw everything back together. Again, very simple. Got the hot, the neutral, the ground. So, very nice, color coordinated. Go black to black, white to white. Ground to the ground screw, and then to the ground. So I'm going to back off these little guys. These are the decorative finishing pieces. We don't want to lose those. Here's another pro tip for you. When you are working on projects, always important to have pants with pockets. Because you can put all kinds of stuff in those pockets, and they'll never get lost. At least that's the hope. Easy peasy. The last step is attaching this guy, and that's simply done. There are 3 screws that you put right in there, and that's it. Now, one more pro tip for you. When you're working with things that are vertical and you're dealing with screws, gravity, try and pull them down, but if you have a magnetic bit on the end that'll prevent it from falling off, makes your life a lot easier. Also want to make sure you don't over tighten. So I'm just getting these guys started, and then I'll probably hand tighten to finish it out. And that is all there is to it. Now you got a beautiful, updated, farmhouse looking light for the back. You can get the party started out here. Well, that's it for this edition of Life Lessons with Mr. Beilke. Hope you have a fantastic Friday, a wonderful weekend. I just got 5 more of these to do. We'll see you next time. It always comes out when the work's done. Well, 2 of them. A couple more to do. Alright, so we got the 2 in the back done. We got 1 up here. 1 over there by that door. And then 2 on the other side of the garage. All in all, a pretty simple project that can add a pretty significant change to the look and feel of your house.
Who do you want to be in this film?
Cy thinks it's this one. Should we just start flipping switches?
Me too! Me too!
Well, we gotta turn the one on outside and see what's happening. One of the neat things you see when you do some of these projects are the different things that decide to make their home in your lights. So, I don't think these are active, but maybe some spider nests in there. Another big old spider nest right here. That's fun.